Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride.
Well, I need to go. I need to go. I need you to say go. Let's go!
Have you ever been somewhere and seen somebody with a face tattoo? Well, today's the day.
Well, you
Jon
can't really
Von Glahn is in the studio.
I mean, you can't see me.
No, they can't, but I could paint a picture.
You could imagine what it'd be like if they could.
Man.
All right.
I'm telling you, it shows just perfectly outside of the headphones. So it says, hey, I got a face tattoo. You want to party? So Jon is the owner and operator of the Handmade Studio. He is the local tattoo artist extraordinaire. So let's get a little background on this whole thing now, and then we'll get into the face tattoo, because obviously it's staring right at me. And I don't know. I follow. Do you know who Big Island Mike is? He's a Hawaiian tattoo guy.
No, I'm sure he's got a bunch.
He's got like a tire tread through the middle of his face.
But an actual tire tread?
Well, it's narrow. It's more like a bike tire than an automobile tire, but it's narrow and it's right through the middle of his face. But dude parties like a rock star. He knows a lot of people, like
You'll have that.
like people that you see on TV kind of thing. So, whatever. He's Big Island Mike. Anyway, Jon is in today, and we're going to talk a little tattooing. I'm very interested in this whole world. We talked a little bit earlier before we got on mic about the new face tattoo, which kind of says, look out, but yet
Oh, it's not bad.
no, not like some that you see. So now let's get back to the beginning. How did this all start? Were you a good artiste when you were young? You could draw?
I mean, yeah. I started
So like
drawing
one
when I
day
was-
you just said, hey, let's do some tattooing? Or how did this evolve into where it is today?
Well, I started getting them when I waited till I was 18.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Because you're supposed to.
Exactly.
And then, I just started getting more and more.
Where was your first one? What was the first
It was on my
tattoo?
back.
Big?
No. It was kind of smallish.
So I was at the doctor yesterday getting a couple things checked out, and I rolled into this one area, and I'm always pushing the cast. So I talked to this gal, and I'm like, hey, I got a tattoo guy coming in to the studio for an interview this week, and she's just this little gal, in her, I don't know what you call it, appropriate work attire to be at a hospital, and all of a sudden she starts telling me about her tattoos, and I'm like, oh, okay, and she shows me, I got a little heart here, and I got a little clover here, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, this is probably a little more serious. Oh, she goes, oh no, and I have 2 huge dragons on my back, and then there's some Irish symbol that's like eternity or whatever. I don't know.
Like a clado or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Like a fancy word that I don't know what it means.
Right.
That's it. And she goes, I have that in the middle, and then I have these 2 big dragons. I'm like, well, shit, you're going to want to tune in. This is just for you.
Doctors
and I
and
told
lawyers
her,
and stuff have huge tattoos.
she
Most
said,
of
as
them.
long as, I told my kids, she goes, you can have them as long as you can't see them in an interview type setting.
Yeah, and they got to wear long sleeves anyway, or
Right.
Scrubs or something like
She goes,
that.
but as soon as I'm off work, she goes, they're out.
Nurses
like
and
I'm showing
doctors,
them.
tons of tattoos,
Well, it's because they're so expensive. No one else can afford them.
right?
The good ones, I should say.
Yeah.
So anyway, I told that lady, I'm like, hey, send me some pictures so that I can, see them, but then post them, and haven't heard anything. Just crickets. Whatever. I get it. But anyway, so you started. What was your first tattoo? What was it?
It was just like, barely even remember it.
Did you do it yourself?
No, it's on my back. I can't.
Oh, I forgot that part.
Yeah. No, actually, I went in to get it done when I turned 18.
Is that like a tramp stamp, dude?
Yeah, no, I know it wasn't. No, it wasn't on my lower back. It was on my upper back. Well, I mean, I guess like a dude tramp stamp, I suppose.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, his upper back dude
like,
tramp?
everybody gets that upper back first tag.
Oh, yeah. Is it words?
Super cool. No, it wasn't words. It wasn't like my last name across my back or anything cool like that.
I was in Alexandria in this family water slide park thing, and there was a dude, and I have a picture. I could dig it up, but I don't have the
You're just
energy.
over there like sniping pictures of the dude.
I had to. We're talking 4-inch block lettering, redneck. It said across his shoulders. It was wow. And I've got tattoos. I've had tattoos removed, and they hurt a little bit going on. They hurt like a bitch coming off.
Absolutely.
But at what point do you look at it and go, hey, boy, big redneck on my back probably.
I mean, he's probably stoked.
Is there ever yeah.
You know, he's probably like, hell yeah.
Hey, man, bring that still over here.
Yeah.
We need to make some more moonshine.
Yeah.
Do they, is there ever a point where you, as the artiste, say, hey, are you sure you thought this through?
I mean, that one, I would do that all day.
Well, I'm sure. But I'm getting off track here. So your first one was on your back, upper shoulder, whatever.
Yep.
And what was it, like a character or what?
I was like this thing I drew, which I don't recommend people going in and saying, hey, I drew this. I want to get this. Let the artist do it. You know?
Well,
you
like
think
at,
you know. You
like
think
at
you know
Handmade
what you're
Studio.
doing. Yeah, that's a good
tattoo
place
while
to
you
do
wait,
it.
man.
Yeah, for sure.
That place is top shelf.
That's what I heard.
Highly rated. So you got that one done. Has it faded or slopped
No,
or
that's
drooped
gone.
or anything?
It's gone. A lot of my first ones are all gone. Been
what
covered
is
up.
that? Oh, cover them
Just
up.
covered up or, you know,
Yeah.
lasered off, covered up.
I had one done that I had lasered off forever ago, and it was when the lasers weren't as advanced as they are now.
Yeah, my first laser that I had done on that back piece, oh my God.
I like it's burning.
Oh,
and
it
shit.
was brutal.
Smell of
you
flesh.
can hear it, smell it.
It was
yeah,
horrible.
it was terrible.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna get it covered up.
I mean, it's better now, but then you got to go in for 8 times or something
I think it
like
took
that.
10, and you can still see where mine is. And I'm not opposed to it. I'd get another one, but
I mean, for lightning,
I'm not that committed to anything.
for lightening it up to cover it up. I think laser is
Oh,
perfect.
sure.
You know, just have them hit it 2-3 times, and then it's at
Right.
least a little bit broken up. Then you
Right.
can cover it up and get something better.
Right.
You know, I can do a lot of cover up stuff without it, but
You
it just
do a
makes
lot of
it-
cover up?
I do. I don't like to advertise it.
What's
because
your-
then you
what's
end
your-
up being the cover up guy because everybody's got a shitty tattoo or 2
That's
or
true.
3.
That's true.
And then they're like, "Oh, could you cover this up?" Instead of me doing something really cool on my own. But I
Right.
usually make people like, "Hey, if I do this, it's gonna suck for me. So you got to give me another good tattoo, a freshie somewhere else that I
right.
can like, you know, show what I can do and kick ass."
Yeah. Oh, that's a good
You know,
idea.
I think that's a deal.
Yeah.
Because now you don't have a shitty tattoo and
Right.
it's covered up, and you get another cool tattoo.
So is there anything that you won't do? Like I've seen some stuff, well, TV shows and shit, but people like won't do lettering or they won't do.
I mean, I'm pretty booked up, and I have a lot of repeat clients. I've been doing it for 15 years. So
But what are you finding most of your clients looking for? Are they dragging people, or is it just anything?
no, man, like I say, I've been doing it for so long and have such a clientele that I don't have like little stuff or like those little.
You don't have all the
little
things on the wall when you walk
hell
in?
No, I don't have nothing on the wall. It's
I get
just
a
like,
heart on my
I mean,
ankle?
I got like artwork and stuff, but I don't have. No, I don't have like a street shop. You know, it's
Right.
it's like a locked door.
And you're the only
appointment
one in
only.
there, right?
It's an
It's all
appointment
you.
only studio. It's small. It's a little.
Upper level shit.
Yeah, it's just like I think it's more like an experience when you get tattooed by me. It's not like
You have like a full bar in there and everything then? Tap
no,
beer?
No.
Oh, that would be against the law, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Whoops.
I don't-
See? I was just
Yeah, no,
testing.
yeah, I
that was a
don't-
test.
No, it's dry.
So we had the one on our back that we now have covered up. Where do we go from there? I mean, you're covered. You got
Pretty much.
your fair share. You got
Yeah.
the face tattoo now, which is badass.
Yeah,
I'm kind of jealous.
I know.
You know, I think if I got a face tattoo, it would take some of the attention away from my 3 chins.
Yeah, I
because they'd
just
be
grew a
like,
beard. I grew
"Well,
a beard
I
because
can't."
see, that's what's good.
Can you tattoo a beard on my face?
I shaved my beard off one time, and that's the only time I did it.
Really?
Yeah, one time. I'm like, I'm not doing that again.
Well, you don't have a double chin.
It's double enough that I just grew a
What do you
beard.
have?
back.
What do you have on your neck? What is that tattoo?
What here? I got a heart and a brain on
That's
a
gotta
scale.
hurt like a son of a bitch.
You know, and
So okay, so we got the one off the back. Now all of a sudden I'm a teenager and I'm thinking, hey, this might be something I'm getting into. Were you drawing a lot of
then I got this. I started this sleeve after that actually, and I had this all lined out, and
and all of it means something. Like,
this one doesn't mean much. I just like the artwork of it. This one has a pretty solid meaning.
so do you have a go-to then? I know you had mentioned the gal who just did your face, but do you have like a guy?
Usually it was the guy that I worked for, or that owned the shop.
Because you have to apprentice, right?
I never did. I just I just figured it out.
Holy shit, we're jumping ahead. So once you then decided I've got some art on my back and I want to pursue this is my deal. Where do you go? Did you when you graduated high school? Did you graduate high school?
Yep.
Okay. Did you
I
go
went to college. Yep. I
Okay.
went to college
What'd you
for
get a
graphic
degree
design, graphic design and
in? Okay.
business.
So you've always been artistically
Yeah,
inclined.
for sure.
Okay. So is that a 4-year degree or is that a 2-year? Whatever it is, you got you got the certificate or whatever.
Yeah.
So then once you have that, you come home and you're like, hey, I'm shifting gears a little bit.
Well, I had a couple jobs in that field, and I just didn't. It wasn't. I don't know. It
maybe
just
not.
wasn't.
Maybe not a corporate guy.
Not really. No. You see, like, I'm for sure
Nothing
not
wrong with that. I'm not a corporate guy.
I had to figure out a way to do my own thing, be my own boss. I can't really work for people very well.
Right. Well, then, so when did you actually go on your own then? Well, no, we can't get that far ahead. Think about that.
I worked at a place later on that didn't have too much to do with that. It was just a place that I was working that I, got.
But not a tattoo place, like a real job.
No, just a regular people job.
Okay, regular people job.
Yeah, and I was working there.
That's awesome.
And so while I was getting this sleeve done, I was working at a regular people job, just getting money, living life, and I was just like, man, this stuff looks like I could probably do this.
Yeah.
And so while I just kind of started messing around like you're not supposed to do.
What does that mean?
Just I got some stuff and started doing it.
Oh.
Yeah, which
okay.
you're not supposed to do, which I do not recommend doing whatsoever. You're supposed to get an apprenticeship, do it proper.
Yeah.
I didn't. At the time, I didn't. This is 15 years ago, so it was a different gig.
So are you here in Minnesota?
What's that? When I was doing this?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you just
I just started messing around.
On what? Would you like tattoo a banana or an orange or something?
Fruits, oranges.
No shit.
Yeah, absolutely. And now they have this fake skin you can practice on, do whatever. But I still firmly think that you should get an apprenticeship and don't just start messing around.
Because there's no licensure, there's nothing.
At the time, there was not. Now there is.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, now they're pretty heavy on it, actually. Like, I think it was probably, I don't even know by now, probably 8 years ago, maybe. They
Really?
started, regulating the tattoo industry.
So you have like continuing ed and shit?
Yeah.
Really?
Bloodborne pathogen courses and
What is it?
bloodborne pathogen.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
basically
Well,
what.
of course, everybody knows what that is.
Yeah.
Well, for the listeners, you should tell them what blood-borne pathogen is.
It's basically like what like some people have to be certified for CPR and to know
so
what
is
happens
it like
if you.
so everything's sterile and that you're not trans?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're clean and stuff.
right.
Really,
well, I
think
figured I'd let you explain it because I didn't want to,
when
take
they
over.
When they started regulating it, they weren't really regulating it. It was just another thing.
So
probably.
now is there a license then?
Yeah. Yep. I have a business license and a personal license. So my shop I have that licensed in Minneapolis.
That's awesome.
So it's everything has gone really
So
legit.
for people that are listening, if they're out getting a tattoo at a location other than the Handmade Tattoo Studio, is that the formal name? Handmade Tattoo?
It's Handmade Studio.
Handmade Studio. So if someone's in Wisconsin, because we're global, man, this could be anywhere. So
Right.
if someone's in Japan, if someone's, I don't know, we need to go there, but if someone's in another state and they're trying to get a tattoo, is there something they should look for? Like, how does somebody know that this is a reputable cat? Because not everybody carries.
It's super hard too, because I always hear, "Oh, I saw his other work and it was good. I don't know why this one wasn't." Or I saw
Really?
stuff that he did on my friends and it was good. Chances are, if you got a shitty tattoo, it's because the dude or chick, whoever, wasn't that good. And
So is there? Do you see a lot of that? Like,
oh yeah, because it's blown up. It's huge. There's tattoo shops
I see a
everywhere.
TV show in the making, dude.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
I think there was one
There's tons of them.
where they're just like, "Hey, this is a bad tattoo."
Oh yeah. I can't remember. I don't remember what it's called.
I
But
think they were in Vegas. It was based in Vegas.
there's a few of them, and
So there's a license. Is that national or is that a Minnesota thing?
each state, each city, like so in our city right here, if I want to open up a studio,
Yeah.
I can't. They don't let the riffraff in around here. They don't. So
Really?
yep. So
Is that what they say? Is the riffraff?
I think that's the technical term. Yeah, that's what the city council
Nothing
uses.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
I know the city. I'm
Yeah.
sure that is their term they
Probably.
use.
So around, I think the whole Minnetonka.
Unless you want to do low income tattooing, they'd
Then
probably be all
they're
over
cool.
that.
They're
oh
cool
yeah,
with that?
yeah. They'd
Yeah, so
help you.
They can't. You can't. It's not permitted in Minnetonka.
How can they tell you can't?
That's just how they do it.
Really?
So yeah, just the ordinances. I probably shouldn't get into it on my thing because I think that I wasn't supposed to talk about it. But there's pretty big ordinances. Zoning.
Yeah.
Zoning is what it is.
Sure.
So
Sure.
there's
Oh.
a city that I opened a shop in that I was not permitted to after I was told I could.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm supposed to talk about that one.
That sounds like Hopkins.
No. It's,
I don't know where it is.
yeah. All I know is I'm pretty sure that I signed something saying I can't talk about it.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yeah, super tight.
There's a couple guys here to see you.
Yeah, well.
No, I had no idea. So people should look for appropriate licensure and make sure that someone's
I don't know, man.
What's a good way to know? I mean, obviously you look at all the social media and whatnot.
Research. You
Yeah.
got to do it because social media is one thing. But, you know, people will take other people's artwork and say, oh, yeah, I did this just to get people in. And it's kind of a, I mean, you just got to research.
It's a dirty business.
You got to, like, take some time and research and figure out who's what and what they're doing.
So you're now sitting with this marketing degree, and you don't want to go into marketing, and you've now got all these different colored bananas and oranges in your house.
Right.
So what exactly?
I started just
what's
showing
that
the
next
guy.
step?
Well, I started showing the guy that I was getting tattooed by because I was working at a regular people job, getting this sleeve done, which they didn't like, but whatever. Like I said,
Those are regular people,
right? And then, so I started showing him the work that I was doing on my own.
And this is what, 15 years ago?
Yep. I was
Okay.
showing him that stuff, and he's like, wow, you know, you got potential and stuff like that. And I went and I worked this motorcycle show in Spooner, Wisconsin.
For him?
Yep. I worked for, well, it was
Like what? Like
it was
handing
like
out flyers and shit?
No, I was actually tattooing and doing like this. This is before it was anything, nothing was regulated then. It didn't matter. You could just tattoo whoever, whenever, whatever. It didn't, you know, there was an age restriction is all. But other than that, it was just fair game. Like, who wants to get tattooed by anybody
No
ever?
shit.
Yeah. So then,
So who was your first one ever? Like, who was the first?
myself, I tattooed my knee. Was the first one. I figured if I can't do that, then I shouldn't be tattooing nobody.
Well, right.
And then friends.
But I'm talking about, like, what about your first paying customer that, like, didn't know you, came to the motorcycle show and was like,
yeah. And I was scared to death, man, because I didn't
because
know.
you fuck
I never,
it up. There's no.
Yeah, and there's like a bunch of people
Now we have to
there.
get a different tattoo.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it was shit. I mean, my first tattoo.
You didn't get a picture of it?
I don't know. A million years ago. It was 15 years ago. You got pictures from
You don't
that?
have a Polaroid of it?
Yeah, no.
So did you do a bunch of them that weekend?
I did a few. Yeah, I did a few, and they turned out. I mean, for what I was doing
They
at
paid,
a bike
right?
show and whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they were
They were looking for some quality
yeah.
shit anyway,
There was
right?
a Sick Harley symbol or two I did or
You
whatever.
could have
I-
this experienced guy for this price, or you could have John, the new guy.
Yeah,
He'll do anything.
So I did it real well. Everybody thought I owned the place because I just talked my way through it and
How
had it.
cool.
You know, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
So how did you get this guy, the owner, to say, hey, come on in, we're going to let you...
I'm real persistent, I suppose.
Yeah, that pays off.
Just hey, how about now? How about now? How about now?
Oh, one of those guys.
Yeah, no, okay, cool, yeah, I'll do it.
I don't think your dog's leaving with you. I think he's hanging with me.
Well, Victor loves it. He's
Victor
cool.
is down with the
He's
studio.
my dude. He's my dude. He loves hanging out.
So now we've done the bike show, and then what? You just say,
so he says,
who's
you know,
this
I'm
guy
not
who just
giving
lets you do this?
I'm not gonna give you a job, but you can maybe come into the studio and every once in a while I'll do a tattoo until I figure out if you're worth, you know, having around.
So
and
what
doing
kind of
whatever.
shit do they let you start on? Like,
Whatever I want. It was most of my friends and stuff. I'd bring in there, tattoo him there, show him, and he'd be like, "All right, cool." Because you don't want somebody coming in doing shit tattoos because now your tattoo shop looks like garbage. So you don't want to give a bad name.
well, that's my concern. I'm seeing that maybe I'm getting an echo. I'm seeing that. Are you getting an echo?
I don't know. The whole thing's echoey.
Oh,
I
well.
suppose. I don't know. It's kind of like
That's
that
those
studio.
6 beers you had for breakfast. I don't, because did they have to fix stuff then? Like he goes, that looks good, but here I'd switch any of that.
No. Actually, he was quite the opposite. He didn't. I don't know. He didn't teach me anything.
Do you still
I
talk
just
to this
kinda,
guy?
No. So I was just.
Is he still in business or is
I
he
don't know.
prison?
I have no idea. I don't know much.
Too many bad tattoos coming out.
Yeah. So
I can't believe that, but I guess there's got to be some kind of a starting point.
Yeah, so that's how I did it. And finally he goes, okay, yeah, you can work here. You know, I got on my percentage and how I did it. And I just started tattooing people. He didn't teach me nothing. He kind of actually did the opposite. Like, he didn't want me to get a free apprenticeship or whatever. I'm like, man, I'm working for you. Wouldn't you want?
What kind of a take is he getting then? Like he's getting a percentage?
Like pretty much starts out like 50%.
Yeah,
which is a lot. You know,
how long does that last?
A long damn time, man.
Because I know
some people still. I mean, it for a while. I mean, if you want to have a lucrative shop and have people and you run them on that percentage, it's kind of a pretty going rate.
Well, you got a lot on
unless
the
you got a
line, though.
name and then you got whatever. So, you know, I've just built my way up to the point where I just started paying rent to these dudes, and I'm like, well, I can't be doing that. I can't be doing dope tattoos for like,
right.
The motivation for me started going downhill because I'm like, so I'm going to do this really sick tattoo and then get half of the money for it.
Right.
Like, why don't I just go figure out a different way?
Well, and that makes sense. I know my sister has a salon, like a hair salon, and that's all she does. She doesn't have employees. She just rents out chairs.
It's great. It works out.
It's good for them too, because
and it gives you motivation, and then you don't have a boss over you, and you know people don't get, because I mean it makes you kind of resentful having to give somebody a bunch of money.
Yeah.
I mean, I still, you know,
especially that much,
and then you make it feel
that's
like
crazy money.
You know,
buddy,
you're renting, you know, and then it's like you feel better
You're
about yourself, you know.
Sure, no, that's cool. What
Even
about
if it's a high rent, you still feel like somebody's not taking
and
money
it's your
from
stuff.
you.
It's not,
Yeah,
you know, you're not. Actually, a lot of places are going to that now.
Well, that's what that spot I'm in is in, like a salon concepts building.
So is there other? You're the only tattoo guy in there, though,
No.
right?
There's a girl next to me. She tattoos, and then there's another couple. I think there's. I mean, there's been a few people. People are kind of going to. If you got a name for yourself and you don't need, you know, a street shop type of thing, and you've been tattooing for a while and you have a following. If you can book, because everything's run basically off of,
because you don't need a storefront.
Social media now.
Yeah.
Everything's
right.
Yeah. What do I need? I don't need a big spot to do it.
Well,
I mean, my
helps,
room's no much bigger than this. You know, it's just a little spot. This is probably bigger actually.
And it keeps your numbers down. That's good.
Yeah, everything's just chill. I go in when I want. I do. And
I like it.
You know, couple hours a day, a couple hours here and there.
You're getting off track now. So now he says you can hang here. How long are you there? How long does it take before you're like, wait a minute, I'm pretty good at this?
Well, that's the thing. He wanted me to sign a 3-year.
Okay.
No compete.
Ugh.
So
as a renter or as a pseudo employee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, whatever. I don't even know the term at that point, but so I did that, and I almost made the 3 years before I was like, I'm.
How does that happen though? Like, how can you do a non-compete when
it's not real?
Yeah,
you know, that's just
those are all really pretty just scare tactics.
Most things are.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. So then you do your 2 and some change there.
I go up to St. Cloud.
Yeah,
I worked at Old Town. I was there for 7 years.
Old
Super
Town's
awesome.
a tattoo place?
Yep, Old Town Tattoo up there. It was awesome. You know, I actually took a pay cut and driving an hour and a half.
Why? Is there some reputable folks?
Yes,
people you really like to mentor?
super
So
good
is it
dudes up there.
like a brotherhood then, where they're all like, hey, I would, you know, or you know, tips, tricks. You know?
Once you're in a spot where everybody's more of a higher end artist like that, then everybody's real sherry. Like, oh man, check this out. And you go in.
Because it becomes not where you're competing.
Yeah,
for
now
whatever.
it's like an artistic area where you're like talking about, oh hey man, so I use this, or what are you doing? And then everybody kind of builds off each other and gets better and better, which is kind of what you want.
And you did that for what, 7 years?
I was there for 7 years.
So then what? Then where do you go?
Then I was going to open that studio, which we don't talk about.
Right.
And then got burnt super heavy on that.
Right.
And then I went to Northeast.
Nice.
And
that's a good area.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's like the new Uptown kind of. It's starting to be real
hot.
Artsy and whatever over there. And then I worked there for a couple of years at Broken Hearts. And that was super fun.
So do you stay in contact with all these people then? Like I mean, along the way?
Well, yeah, I just got this tattoo of Victor.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, look at that guy. That's a good one, huh?
Boy, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's tight. Yeah, Benny up at Old Town did that. Yeah,
way to go, Benny. Shout out to Benny.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's Old Town, so that's in St. Cloud.
Yeah.
Wow. So is there some kind of like...
Usually when you leave a place, it gets weird. Even
Well,
if you leave on good stuff.
that's with anything.
Yeah, just like anything.
Right.
And,
So obviously, but what do you do? Like I have a lot of companies that I'm independent. I spend a lot of time sitting here, doing voice stuff and doing whatever by myself. There's nobody else here. So is there like conventions you go to, or is it like,
yep.
So is that where you're learning about new stuff?
You can take seminars and stuff, and that's pretty cool, actually. But a lot of it is networking and just it gives you drive.
Yeah.
I gotta get new cards, a new portfolio, some swag, some shirts.
Yeah.
Up my game. You're tattooing with some
You're
of the
not
best
pushing
people.
the Eddie Spaghetti shirts?
No.
Hey, I love this idea. I think it's great. Now we got to get back to the original segment of after the shoulder deal. Where'd you go from there? You had the sleeve, and then what?
That's where I started. I got my sleeve, and then
Do you go half sleeve and then full, or do you go?
No, I went full sleeve on it. I thought I was such a cool sucker.
Yeah.
Walking around Target like, oh yeah.
Hey now.
What up? Now I got a sleeve. Cool.
Yeah. Well, now
Cool.
you got a face tattoo.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that now
They won't even let you into Target anymore.
Right? Yeah.
You're not allowed. So
sneak me in the back.
What are the family members and the parents and whatnot? Where were they at with it when you first dove into it?
Oh,
'Cause
everybody
obviously-
thought it was the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah.
The place where I work's like, you're never gonna make any money. Matter of fact, I tattooed yesterday a guy that I used to work with at the regular people job.
Oh, really?
And I remember him. I've tattooed all those people that
Really?
they thought it was the dumbest. You're never gonna make any money. That's
Yeah.
just the dumbest shit I ever heard. You should stay here working in a cubicle. I'm like, yeah, but the thing is that I can't do that
Right.
because I don't want to.
Right.
I
Well,
have
the
to- I
people that
can't.
do it don't understand it.
No,
And we need
and-
those people.
So yeah, that's for sure.
Because who else is
'Cause-
going to
Yeah.
fix my bank account credentials when I
Correct.
screw it up?
So yeah.
So they were all. Well, how long did it
so
take
I
for
would
them
do-
to turn
so-
the corner?
Well, what happened was I was at that one spot and I was doing like half days. So I'd work half the day.
Oh.
And it was almost like a internship, I guess, in a way. So I'd go work there half the day and I'm like, okay, I got to cut out at 2 and be there by 3 and do 3 to 8 or 3 to 9
Put
or
the
whatever
time
and kind
in.
of put in some time.
Right on.
To show that I was worth a shit or something.
Yeah. Right.
And so I was doing that, and then it just started getting more and more, and I started making money. I started making more money on my half days at the other spot, and I go, well, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep doing
Right.
that. I don't
Why kill
want. I don't
yourself?
even want to go to this place. It was like Office Space,
Right.
I've seen
Yeah,
that movie.
right.
So he goes up, and it was the same thing. I had a little key card. I'd go touch the door, get zapped, and
No
have to
way.
clock out for lunches.
No way.
Like, I can't live like that.
Hey, don't you get your 15-minute break now?
Yeah. I used to make non-smokers breaks because I didn't smoke. And everybody go smoke. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is bullshit, man. I need a
It's time for my
non-smokers
smoking break, right?
Yeah.
Right. I kept smoking
go-
for a while just so I could go on break.
Right. That's what people do.
Took one for the team.
Right?
I don't think you're corporate material,
I don't know.
but
No,
I didn't know.
I was. There was a minute, actually, that I was. Like, I went to that business college, wore nice clothes, all the stuff. I mean, I still wear nice clothes, but I mean, like, button up fancy clothes with a
Sure.
tie and stuff. And like, I liked it. I didn't mind it. And that's kind of what I thought I could see that. And I didn't have no tattoos then. So
Yeah.
I just looked like a reasonable.
So how long
Damn it.
have you had the Handmade Studio then?
I mean, I've been an LLC under that for years.
Okay.
But, because I've been paying rent and being a independent contractor for a long
But
time.
you've got a following. People are seeking you out.
Yeah, I kind of like my little spot though. I kind of hide out.
So you
in my
have a
little spot
specialty?
and just keep it small. Yeah, I
What's
pretty
your
much.
sweet spot? Like
So I pretty much do black and gray work.
okay.
I don't really do much color anymore. I can.
Yeah.
If you go on my Instagram, Jon Von Glahn, or you can go to tattoojon.com and see all my stuff, and you can go back a ways and see all my color work. But all the stuff I do now is pretty much black and gray.
Yeah.
I do a style called bioorganic. It's biomechanical, bioorganic, and it's just like it's real hard.
What? What does
yeah,
that mean?
Pretty much. Yeah. Right.
What is that?
It's
I'm so glad it's organic.
yeah, pretty much.
What does that mean?
No, it ain't organic like that. I mean, it kind of is. It's it's based on bones, plants, like an organic
Really?
I don't even know how to explain it. See this stuff here?
Yeah.
It's just kind of, it's its own.
Yeah.
It's like a subculture thing. You got to just look at it. I can't really explain it too much.
So have you used the same stuff the whole time? Like the same ink and the same, or does that evolve too? Like now we're
I've been
using...
sponsored by some of the biggest ink companies, and I quit using them. I use black ink now. I use black ink.
What is
black
that like?
ink and water.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
I dilute it down and just tattoo people with it.
So is it tattoo ink?
Yeah. I mean, it's made by, tattoo distributors.
My first, this is going to upset some people. My first tattoo was, a needle and Indian ink. I don't even know if you can say
people
that.
still run that stuff, though. I mean, you
Is
can
it still called
use
Indian ink?
Yeah, it's India ink. Like, you can still, it's drawing ink.
Was
like,
it India?
I think so.
I thought it was Indian.
No, I don't think I think it's India ink.
Oh.
I believe. I guess I don't even know. I don't.
Huh.
But you
Well,
can.
it doesn't go away, I'll tell you that
No,
much.
because there's like a Pelican brand India ink that you can use, and that's probably what it was.
Really?
And yeah, you can get it. It's just drawing or for like calligraphy and drawing ink, but it's all
So, like, for the
it's
inkwell-
carbon. It's carbon. Everything, that's what.
And that's
black
fine
ink
to
is
put in your
carbon.
body?
Yeah,
Holy
it's all the
shit.
carriers that are questionable. What
What you use
what's
to
mixed
dispense
with
it?
it?
Oh.
Well,
Oh, yeah, what you use to cut the ink.
Yeah,
I
pretty-
get it.
yeah.
Hey, now.
yeah, right.
So okay, all right. Have you ever done any of that, like, pounding the needle shit like you see on TV? The real old
The
school?
tabori, no, I haven't done any of that.
Have you had any done to you?
No, but I will. I would like to.
You have anything left? Is that why you've gone to the face? You've got no
Yeah, I mean,
canvas left?
I got like my knee here. There's a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
A little bit left. My back. I got to get my back done.
I worked with a guy one time who had his whole back done. It took forever, and it was stupid. It was
I got all this too. This is cool.
is there any rhyme or reason to any of it?
Yeah, this is my kid.
Okay, well, you would have
That's
figured
cool.
that
You
out
got to have
eventually.
that.
Is that your snake?
Yeah, that's my pet snake. He cool.
That's I don't know. I think the Victor tattoo's pretty
Yeah, that's
solid.
pretty sweet.
That is, yeah. So now that you're full on running your own deal and you have people come in, what are we talking? Are there limits? I mean, obviously you have a lot of repeat customers, so you know what you're getting. But like, are there people that I won't do that, or I don't want to, we won't do that area, or we won't. Nothing. It's all whatever you want.
I don't really get the weird requests or anything anymore. I seriously tattoo pretty much my people that I don't really take a lot of new clients. I don't really need to. So I'm full up pretty much. Like, I book out about a month to 2 months. I used to do it when I was up in St. Cloud. 5, 6, 7 months out. But I don't like that. What am I doing in 2 months?
yeah,
I don't know. What the hell are you doing in 2 months?
Yeah,
Do you
right.
know? Maybe you want to go on a trip. Maybe you want to do something.
Yeah.
So I try to keep it
Well,
out.
that makes sense.
And my repeat clients then, instead of some new person I don't know, they have to learn how I act. I got to learn how they act.
Yeah.
Do we even like each other? Do I want
Right.
to sit here for 40 hours with
What's
you?
the average one take? Like,
I book about 2 4-hour sessions a day.
Okay.
When I can.
Does your
But
hand
I had
cramp up?
Yeah, and I had a back injury, and I just can't tattoo like I used to. I can't sit there. After 15 years of sitting, bending, and twisting like that anyway, it's brutal to begin with. And then I fractured my spine, my L1 and L2 vertebrae, and ever since then, some days I just have to call it, maybe 4 hours. Sometimes I keep my days a little less.
That's crazy.
I have to. I can't.
That's a major problem.
But I've been stretching and
I think
working
your dog
out.
just farted.
How does that make you feel?
Not so good.
No,
Would you feed that
it's-
thing chili?
It's probably bad.
Good God.
Yeah, he smells bad. Yep.
It's quite pungent.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, it's a formidable scent. It stings the nostrils.
I was out at Starbucks this morning, and I was in Waconia, and I get out of the car, and this lady's next to me, and she's got like one pant leg up, one pant leg down, and I get this terrible smell. Like, I don't know what and you just assume, like, did you do that, lady? Like, is that you?
Someone did it.
Well, I could just be Waconia. It could just be
It was just the streets.
just the
The
fragrance.
streets of Waconia.
Yeah, things are starting to move out there with all this melting. So this is solid. So actually, I just saw. God damn, that's good hang time. I just saw David Lee Roth on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he now he sunk a ton of money into a product. I think it's called ink, and it's for brightening up the colors in your tattoo.
Nah.
And it's like
there's a ton of miracle products. I think some coconut oil, and just getting good tattoos is the way to have bright tattoos.
Yeah.
Is to have somebody that knows what the hell they're doing.
But when you're
do them
30 years down the road.
Yeah, they should still be hanging
But he's
on.
pushing.
No, then you redo them.
Have you ever seen David Lee Roth? Like interviewed?
No.
Absolutely crazy, man. He is nuts. But he's very intelligent. But he's got his hands in
usually
the most
shit. The most
but he's
intelligent
just
people are come off pretty nuts, right?
Yeah. Well, and he looks great. He's like 60 something. He looks 40. He's aging very well. But
some Benjamin Button shit.
Well, it could be. His dad was a doctor, so he might be. He's had decent money the whole time, and he's never had the stress. The stress is what'll kill you. And I don't know that he's ever had the stress problem. Excuse me. Yeah, he's making himself at home.
Oh, he likes it.
John brought his mascot in here, Mr. Victor the guard dog. I love it. This stuff is interesting. My oldest son, has a bunch of tattoos. And I'm like, I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I've just seen what, 30 years and 40 pounds does to tattoos. So it kind of has made me go, I don't know. Because he has a lot of writing. How do you keep the writing from looking like shit?
You don't.
It just does.
So your body basically eats the tattoos over time. So your skin cells hold the ink. And you're always replacing skin cells.
Yeah.
So when those skin cells die off, that ink just gets dispersed. That's why tattoos just get
sloppy.
More and more and more. They're all gonna I have this, this line work from 15 years ago looks like trash. No, it's just gonna.
So what do you got to do? Just go over
redo it.
Yeah,
redo it. I mean,
what do you think the timeline on that is like?
Well, that's why a lot of those people will do. So you see these, high-end portraits and these things like that are really just amazing right now.
Yeah.
You look online, some of these stuff these European dudes are doing. It's fucking unreal.
Really?
I don't even know. Sometimes I wonder, how are you doing that with the same ink, the same machines, the same everything I'm doing? I don't know. It must be something in their water.
Because you could do portraits. You do portraits, don't you?
I'm actually doing one today. After we're done talking, I'm gonna go do a dude's daughter's portrait on his forearm.
Really?
Yep.
How long does that take?
I mean, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be 3 hours, 3-4 hours maybe.
That's hardcore. It's
not bad. Once you get into it, it's that first 15-20 minutes really. So
you gotta make small talk and shit the whole time.
That's what the thing is why I don't.
How do you
really,
think the Twins are gonna do this year?
Yeah, I sound like a dick right now, but I don't really take on a lot of new clients because I have my people, and we build a rapport.
Yeah.
We have. Hey man, what's going on with your life? And like
my son is like a barber, man.
And mine's
going back to the same dude.
My spot's different because it's not an open door deal. It's a locked door. You come in, we hang out, and bullshit for 3-4 hours and hang out. And I like that better because then with new people coming in with these little tattoos, I think my
your level is higher than that.
That and my people skills has lessened, or I guess my tolerance for people. Because I've seen it all.
Everybody's then you find a home here at the project. We don't hate people. I'm not a big people person.
I just I used to be very people person-y, and I've become, I don't know if it's because I'm getting old I've just dealt with so many people. But all these first tattoos, everybody, well, what about this? Or move it here, move it there. I'm really nervous.
What,
how about you know what you're doing, you know what you're getting. You found my stuff. You like my stuff. This is what it's going to look like.
That shit's going to come to a head.
My thing.
You got a face tattoo now.
Oh, it's fine. It's not even on my face. This isn't even my face.
What is that, side head?
This would be side head. Yeah.
I understand this. We're going to say it's in the facial region.
I would say that. But, I mean, it's not even a face tattoo. It's not like under my eye.
Yeah, but somebody's not, there's all right, we have to address the elephant in the room then. So
the hair's gonna grow back. You barely see it.
Right, but currently, it's very visible.
Well, I had to shave it down to do it.
Right, but every time I see you, this is what your hair looks like.
That's true.
This is your summer cut. So During the summer, you have a
It's not
facial
even
tattoo.
summer. It's not summer.
Well, it seemed like it the last
Yeah,
couple days.
right.
But my point is that you
Dropped your phone.
Yeah, I know. Victor will get it. So you've now taken it to another level like that. I've always been curious of that. Like people do the little tear and stupid shit, on their face where you're like, I'm not saying yours isn't stupid or yours is. I'm not saying that. Because you don't say that
It's
to a guy
pretty
with a
stupid.
face tattoo.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, at what point do you go, I'm going to get some on my face? Or side face. Side
Well,
head.
I
Head.
don't know. Yeah,
That'd be a new
side head. Yeah, we don't fit. I don't tattoo faces.
I don't do full
only
frontal. I just do sidal.
side head. Yeah, sidal.
That's killer. But the boss was okay with the facial tattoo.
Yeah, she likes it.
Would you be okay with her getting one?
She actually asked me that yesterday. She
Yeah.
goes, "It's pretty right. It's big."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, it'll grow." So that's what like I said, when I first got my sleeve, I thought I was walking around Target, it's just the outline. I thought
Yeah.
everybody's looking at me.
Yeah.
And then
Well, they
you
were.
do the next one. Yep. And then you do the next one. I'm like, oh,
Well,
man,
that's the other thing. You got
and then
them on
get
your
the
fingers.
Hands,
and fingers.
my palm.
See, I would do the palm.
The palm's the worst tattoo that I've ever had.
Pain?
It hurts so bad. I
Well,
mean,
you went
sweat.
with the traditional V8
Yeah,
symbol
oh yeah,
there.
the old Ford V8.
I love what's his names. I know it's cliche, but
The pay up.
pay up sucker.
You would.
I own some rental properties. I would love to have a pay up sucker fucking
Whoops.
tattooed on my deal. That slipped out. See, I get so angry.
Yeah, I don't know why you're so mad.
I got one sucker I'd like to see pay up right now. That
Dude, I already
piece
paid.
of work. No. This no. This is this is another situation. But so that hurts the worst. See, I had one on my what is this? Your lat over
Yeah,
here.
your side hurts.
Side
this,
boob.
This though, this is something else.
Really?
The palm.
See, I
you
would
wouldn't think,
almost do that.
You wouldn't.
No?
You'd start and you would regret your decision
Really?
immediately. I don't know why. Well, that's where all your feelers are. I mean, all your
feelers, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think hands, like top of the hand, and then on the fingers. That's when you take yourself from.
Oh yeah, straight trash.
I'm gonna. Well, those are your words, not
Yeah.
mine. That's when you take yourself from hey, I like tattoos to people are gonna look at me.
I would
'Cause
go
they
from
are.
hey, I like tattoos to
But I
hey, I
think-
tattoo people all day.
But
Street cred.
I think. Yeah, there you go.
That's like don't trust a skinny chef. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. You
I
want to
don't
get
know, I'm-
tattooed by a dude that doesn't have any?
No.
Well,
that's a solid point.
So,
But what
I
about
look-
what
I
about
look-
a guy with a face tattoo and
a side head tattoo? Or are you talking about
Yeah,
a different
side
guy?
face tattoo, facial tattoo, and an Eddie Spaghetti T-shirt on. That's questionable.
for sure. For sure, questionable.
But once you get it on the hands and on the face, side face, whatever, you're kind of taking a turn there. Like you're not going back to
Oh, I was- yeah, I'm not-
Tommy from accounting with a tattoo.
Yeah, I wasn't
This
going
is-
back to that.
This is a
far
lifestyle.
Before
but a
I
lot of
even
people
did
do
that.
it, and they're like,
Well,
it's
unless
the
you
same
do-
thing with these kids and these clothes that they're wearing and shit. And people are like, well, why are you staring at it? Well, why are you offended? You did this so that people would look. You didn't do it so it wouldn't get noticed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
I
have-
don't know.
you have-
I don't know.
It's-
People can say I call it bullshit because people say, "Oh, I got it for me." It's for me and
Yeah.
whatever. Like if it was for you, you wouldn't have to get them. So
Well,
I
or
mean,
you
it is
could-
it is an image. It's a thing.
Well, sure.
For
and
sure.
I'm totally down with that. I don't care either way. Some of these you see on the face where you're like, hey, watch that phone for me, buddy. Make sure nobody grabs
Yeah,
it.
he's guard dog.
I'm
man. Look
telling
at
you,
him.
I got a friend.
Yeah.
So, and I don't, it's just like anything where everybody jumps to conclusions about this or that or whatever. And it's kind of like all the, well, and I don't even want to go down the political path, but
I'm not into that.
it's
right now.
over the
too early for
time. Tattoos aren't what tattoos were in the 70s. Those were like, ugh.
Well, people
you know?
also talk about, oh, it's acceptable. Well, having a tattoo, you see a lot of people running around with like a half sleeve
Yeah.
or a 3/4 sleeve. And it is, I mean, that's more acceptable. But like you
Right.
say, like hands and, neck tattoos. I mean, I've had people, because we live in this area we live, and I've had people move because they didn't want to look at me. Some of these rich people are like,
Really?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. And, I was dressed nice. My girl's real pretty.
That's
we're
so
out and we're
weird.
having, but they actually, yeah, I had a few, it was like, I think it was 3. I don't even know how old they were. Middle-aged women. They were like, "Can
Really?
we move?" They actually moved to not have to look at me.
Oh, come on.
I know for a fact. I watched them. They were all staring at me, making like weird, gross faces and stuff.
Really? Did you
Yeah.
flip them off when you walked out? Did you give them something to
Yeah.
follow up with?
Did I-
something to complete their story?
Right.
Then this tattooed son of a bitch started swearing and throwing shit.
Yeah, I also had another lady do. I mean, you wouldn't believe it until
And I'm
until you
sure
have a
there's-
bunch of tattoos. You don't realize people are really judgy still.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's way more because people. Oh, it's accepted. It's really not
Well,
within reason.
you know, my new thing is I go places and I like I said, I was at the doctor's office yesterday, and the new trend right now, it seems to be that everybody has odd colors in their hair, non-natural colors, like
Oh, anybody can.
well, and they do. So
Older
I-
women have purple hair, pink hair, like a lot.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. I would say I noticed
well, the
that more
silver
than
I'm
anything.
sporting, that's natural,
That's just-
baby.
that's
That's
just built in.
No, that's stress. That's what stress does. So the point I'm bringing up is that these ladies with the long hair and they have like bright blue in it or bright pink or whatever, these are people that they want to be noticed. They want people to know because you don't put that shit in your hair if you don't want to be noticed. So I make sure I point it out. Hey,
And I don't even know. Sometimes I suppose that, but some people just want to like be individual. And I don't know if it's
Sure.
I don't know if it's a social media thing or whatever. I don't know if it has to do with that. I
That's a
don't know
whole
why.
other bag of
But a lot
bullets.
of people, want to be their own thing
yeah.
and not be regular and be, just kind of express themselves.
Well,
So
Bill-
that's
Bill-
a lot of things with the tattoos that I do like is that it is an expression. Basically, I like it.
yeah.
So fuck
and
it.
it's more
Fuck it.
art
I'll
than
do
it's-
it.
It's
That's
more
what
art
this
than
is.
it is.
That's this here tattoo I got on my hand.
What does that say?
FIRI. Fuck it, run it. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, it's just it feels. You know what I mean? Why would I get that? But
What
it
do your
feels
parents
right.
say now? Are they still alive? I should.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
they. I mean, I don't. My dad. When I got my neck tattooed, is like, why would you do that?
That didn't hurt.
No. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. It was pretty bad. But my mom, I tattooed my mom's knuckles.
What?
Yeah, my mom's got some knuckle tat.
What did she get? The FR.
FIRI? No,
Yeah.
she got all of our initials. All the
On her
kids' initials.
knuckles?
Yeah. She
What
went
did she
hard.
do for a job?
She grooms dogs.
Oh, okay.
So the dogs don't give a shit.
No.
They're like cool tats, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey,
they
those
don't-
are nice.
yeah, sick.
Nice digits, honey.
Yeah. They're into it. They
What
think it's
about the
cool.
old man? Did you get anything on him?
I've tattooed my dad twice, I think.
You
My
think?
stepdad, I've tattooed him a few times.
Really?
Yeah, I've mostly tattooed.
Were they tattoo
all the
people before they met you?
No, my stepdad had.
Before your dad and mom met you?
Yeah.
No, were they? Do they
My
have tattoos
stepdad
by
had
anyone
none.
else?
My mom had some old stuff I redid, and then I've done a couple more on her. And my dad had no tattoos. He has one of my first ones that I did. I mean, it looks like I said, it looks like shit.
Yeah.
He's still like, this thing kind of looks like shit. I'm like, well, yeah, man, you're a guinea pig.
It's a
you
good
let me
story,
tattoo
though,
you.
right.
Like,
I got a
when I first
really
started.
shitty picture. I got a driver's license. My sister went to beauty school, just made a shit mess of my hair, and I had to go get my driver's license picture taken.
that's awesome.
So I had 4 years of bringing up this nightmare, which your dad's just extended it out. That's perfect, man. That's a great story. My kid did this,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, yeah.
That would actually be a neat thing is to say, the kid did that. You know what I mean? But you're a professional, so obviously he had to start somewhere. Although it
Yeah.
sounds like you just dropped into it in the bike rally and said, hey.
Yeah, pretty much.
So do you still do those? You still go to bike rallies
No,
or whatever you want to
hell
call them,
no.
car shows?
I do a lot of like big international, just invite only
Really?
shows. Yeah, around
So
the
are there
country. I haven't
people-
done any for a while. I have one coming up in August, Hell City in Arizona, and it's a pretty rad show.
So is that where people go to get tattoos or is just all tattoo people hanging out?
It's not a super busy show. I mean, it is and isn't, but most people, when you go to these bigger, like high-end shows, they book you out before you even get there. So like they rep me,
Oh.
and so I get a bunch of emails and like, okay, I want this. So when I'm booked up by the time I get there.
So are you getting sponsor money?
No, I'm getting
No, I mean, do you have sponsors that pay you, or you just have?
No, well, I used to. Like I said, I kind of went underground.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I enjoy my little spot. You know, it's dimly lit, chill, good environment. I like that better than being super loud and obnoxious about it. You know, I'm sponsored by this ink company. I mean, it got a little bit out of control, man. Everybody's sponsored by ink companies, aftercare products. I mean, it's still a thing, but it's like, you know, I'm sponsored by fucking paper towels. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cool. It's cool.
Well, I love
Great.
that.
We all appreciate that
watch
everybody's
these,
sponsored by everything and you're super cool.
I
But
watch these racing things, and they got to get in like, you know, my.
it's tight though, because I you know, free ink.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when you get sponsored by a bunch of stuff, but then you're required to do stuff for people.
Yeah.
And I don't really like that. Oh, you got to put it on your banner or whatever. Like, man, how
John
about
doesn't
this?
play in the sandbox well with others.
No, I use black and white ink. I tattoo when I want to. Damn. And it's super tight. Like, it's
living
really
the
good.
dream.
I change my hours from 10 to 6. So I'm not, you know, I can still come home, do family stuff with the wife. We
Yeah, and
can
if you
hang
want to
out.
have a couple drinks in the morning, you can. You can do
Wow.
whatever the hell you
Who
want.
would ever even do that?
Nobody.
But
Unheard of.
you could, but but nobody does that.
No.
But then, you know, we can get out on the lake, go out on the boat,
Do whatever you
know.
want.
But you know, then summer you're not. I try to stay not that booked out, work minimal hours, and just like.
So
I
what do
got
you do in
burnt
the
on it a
summer
little
then? Do you
bit.
put a shit ton of sunscreen on, or how do you protect this canvas?
At this point, I don't care.
No.
I know that's not good, and I don't recommend that. But I don't really. I mean,
So
I don't care.
we're getting to
Do
my
as I say,
we're
not
getting to
as I
my my time zone here. I got to touch on a couple more things. What about time zone, time limit? So what is your favorite piece that you've done in the 15 years? Like, is there one that stands out? Like, damn, that was a sweet deal.
So I was talking about that mech that I do, right?
Mech?
Mech.
Mecca like
Well,
a
just-
high, mecca
yes.
hiney ho.
That's good.
What is a mech?
It's like that organic, so it's mechanical. So it's organic and mechanical thing. So, you know, like bone structures and so I did one I called it computer mech. So this guy comes in, he's a real
So
nerd.
that's a piece. That's not a equipment.
No, this is this dude's sleeve I did. And
Okay.
so it's computer parts. And it's
Really?
all encompassed by this like organic structural stuff, you know, and
So do you come up with that, or do you come to you with it?
No, I told him, tell me some keywords of computer parts you want,
Yeah.
and then I'll just encompass it all. So I've done 2 computer mech sleeves, computer mech and computer mech
Who are getting these
2.0.
computer guys?
The computer guys, you know,
No
these guys
shit.
are like computer nerds, and they saw the first one, they're like, oh, it's super cool.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy doing that. I'll do another computer mech if there's anybody out that wants to like
There you go.
come out and get some computer mech or, you know, any black and gray, anything.
So what's the like everybody, anywhere, anytime? I mean, you got to get into some strange crap with people in their swimsuit areas and their, you know, do you just like?
I don't really come across that much
No,
anymore. Like I
everybody's-
said, my demographic is like big bearded dudes that want badass stuff is
Yeah.
what it's kind of become, you know?
And did you? You're known for just black and white. There's no like. Are you trying to push the mech stuff?
I think I'm fairly well known for that style.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had a guy fly out a few years ago, and I started working on his leg. And when I went to these conventions, he'd fly out to these conventions. So there's like serious collectors
Really?
that will fly out, or they'll go to you wherever you're at. And that's when like I said, I used to be in all the magazines and do all the stuff.
Yeah.
Really push my stuff and
So these
whatever.
people
and I
like
haven't-
come to you. They'll travel.
all of the people. Wow. All the people, they'll email me and they'll say, I saw, it's all word of mouth at this point and social media. I don't do any advertising. I don't do anything. It's just, hey, I saw this guy
Wow.
and that's a bartender at my local bar with the sleeve you did. And I like the style of it. I want a whatever subject matter is
Right.
in that style. So, and they leave it all up to me. I have some clients that just come in and go, I go, so what are we doing today?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Whatever you want. So I have full sleeves of these black and gray full sleeves on these people.
Are you freehanding this shit? Or
a lot of it.
Really?
Yeah, I got some Sharpies. I'll just get out and freehand on. I got this octopus leg thing I did on this girl, and it is just really sweet, man. I like it a lot. And I just grabbed 3 Sharpies and free-handed it all. No reference, no nothing. Just made this really badass.
See, I do something badass on my calf, but
we'll get you.
I don't have that.
Yeah, we'll get you.
I need something to draw the attention away from the rest of the
We'll get you back.
Yeah, not going to happen. Just because I don't like the pain. I'll never see it, so what do I care?
It hurts.
But I don't want the hurt.
I know.
No hurt.
The older you get, the more it hurts, too. When I was 18, I was like, wow, this is great.
Yeah, well, it goes numb after a little bit, right?
Yeah, well, so that's the thing. The first 15 minutes, half hour, whatever is the worst. And then people go, I don't know how you do this for 4 hours, 6 hours. My longest session was that portrait on my side. It was like 12 hours.
Wow.
I sat there.
Wow.
It was terrible.
Straight through?
Yes.
Holy shit.
It was terrible. It hurt real bad. He got to the top of the hair. I just said, never mind. But I was like, yeah, we're done. We're done. I'm done.
This is a sensitive area.
Yeah, and after 12 hours, he got done with my son's holding the paintbrush, and he got done with about the hand and the paintbrush, and I didn't even get into the portrait, and I was about done.
Really?
After about, I don't know, an hour and a half or something. And then I sat there for another 10, 11 hours.
That's where I went to get the one burned off. And
oh, God.
that area.
It's not good.
No, not good at all.
If you want it to look good.
Right. But you think the most sensitive area is the palm.
By far the worst tattoo I've ever had is on my palm of my hand. Man. You wouldn't think so either, but man, it's something.
That's killer.
Like leg sweats. Leg sweats.
Huh?
When your legs start sweating, that's
you mean because of the pain?
Yes.
Oh.
My buddy, he goes, here, I want to put your hand behind like this. Behind. So he goes, I want you to face the other way so I don't have to look at your face while I'm doing this, because he felt bad. I'm like,
really?
Well, how bad is this going to hurt?
Right.
Turns out it does a lot.
Real bad.
And that's what, because he was kind of on a kick of tattooing palms.
Wow.
So he got real good at it. That's, people like, I thought that wouldn't hold.
Well, that's not a normal surface either. You got a lot of crap going through
it's like
there.
controlled blowouts. So you take a real fine needle and you go all the way to the muscle underneath all the skin layers, and it blows out. And that's the only way it'll hold. Otherwise, it'll just fall off.
Oh, so you got to go like deep?
Yeah.
Is that the only place where you have to do that?
3 months, yeah. I mean, maybe the bottom of your foot, but
holy crap.
I've done the bottom of a foot.
Really?
Yeah.
That's some hefty meat there.
It's not a good idea.
You got to go deep.
Oh.
God, then it's going to hurt to walk.
Dude, I just don't recommend it.
Oh, there you go. There's insider trading from Jon.
Don't tattoo.
Jon the Tattoo Man.
Don't tattoo the soles of your feet.
Hell no.
Unless you want to.
Well, and, from an experienced tattoo person who's had them removed, make sure you know what you're doing.
Just do research. Go look at my stuff, and if you think it's cool, if you want to alter like the style that I do,
people
just don't.
Draw the shit on like let's just Sharpie it, more of that for a couple days. Really make sure you want to commit. Not that
I don't mean that. I mean like the people that are doing it. Just look at their stuff.
Yeah,
and not just like a few of them, and make sure they're doing it. Research, like look around and see.
Yeah,
like do more than just a quick little passerby, because there's a lot of people out there that are good, but then you get a shitty tattoo and wonder.
Well,
and with tattooing,
I think people have trouble
really
thinking that forever. Forever, like when I was 18 and got mine, forever didn't mean forever. Forever meant a couple years.
Yeah, and I can't really have a bad day. You know what I mean? I can't. It's not like a regular job. Like, oh man, I'm really having.
That's such a. I never thought of that. That's like an out for you. You could just call and go. You know what? I feel like shit. I'll come in and do it, but I don't.
No, no matter, even if I feel like shit, I still got to kill it. There's no.
Well, yeah, but it'll give you a nice hard out.
You can't. Yeah, I mean, there's been days where I'm just like, dude, no.
It's not a good idea.
No. Well, so the other day, you talk about things that I haven't done it much in my career. I can probably a handful of times that I've even done it, just said, no, I'm not doing that, or I can't do it, or whatever. Well, it's a terrible feeling for me. Like,
yeah,
no, I could do it, kick ass, whatever. But
yeah,
this guy, this portrait, a different guy with a portrait just last week or a week before, that the quality of the picture just wasn't that good.
Oh,
and I didn't feel that I could kill it enough.
Really?
I just didn't. It
So
just
what do you do
wasn't,
then? Just turn it
wasn't-
away or say get a different picture?
I told him he had to get a different picture. We did another section because we're doing his whole chest. I just told him, like, you got to get a better picture. I could do it.
Yeah.
I even stenciled it out, put it on, and I was just looking at the picture like, I don't know, man. I could do it, and it would look
Because not
really
just
good.
anybody can do that portrait work, right? I
No.
mean, that's a whole nother trick of the trade.
Yeah, and it's not, the thing is, if it's your kid or something, that kid. It's
Yeah.
like weird eye or is whatever.
Yeah.
And
you use
you
that
gotta-
weird eye? This one's got a weird eye.
Yeah, dude, your kid's got a weird eye. I don't think we're going to be able to do this.
You want me to leave the weird eye in, or you want me to art that out of there? Photoshop. I can fix it. That's crazy. Well, man, we got to wrap this thing up. We're running long on time. Tell people where they can find you on the social media crap.
TattooJon.com. It's
And-
JON.
JON.
TattooJon.com. That'll bring you right to my Instagram. Or it's Jon Von Glahn.
Jon Von Glahn.
And that is my actual thing. And then Handmade Studio.
Handmade Studio
in Uptown, Minneapolis.
Uptown. Right,
Yep.
right. Check it out, man. It's well worth it. I've seen a lot of the stuff on the website and the social media. And John knows what he's doing. Check it out. Get in there. He's booked out. So everybody, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch up with everyone in a week when the project rolls on. Have a good week.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends. If you'd like to reach out, you can use the studio line at 612-504-6500 or by email, the DK Project Podcast at gmail.com. And of course, there's always social media at the DK Project Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.